Hey, welcome to week 3 with Jen Kirkado with Commit to Explore Coaching. This week, I would like to talk about creating radical awareness so you can notice when you're being really hard on yourself, and you can make the distinction that it's not useful, and you can immediately in the moment drop it the minute you notice it. So for me, this is something that I used to be really good at. I used to be good at almost like having a bat to myself when it could be for numerous things in areas, but I just kind of was always hard on myself, like whether it was sports or academically or anything that I wanted that I wasn't creating fast enough, or maybe the way I handled something with someone. And I would always just be like hard. The choice of words that I'd use in my head talking to myself. And it wasn't until I got into this work of coaching on my very first call that my success coach from HCI, which is the Health Coach Institute, she identified that I thought I was behind in the course. And she told me, Jen, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. And this way, this dialogue that you have with yourself, it's not useful, and I invite you to drop it. And I was like, what? And she said, yeah, it doesn't serve you to think like that or to talk to yourself like that. You have plenty of time. You're really not behind. And it seems like you're just being really hard on yourself. And that really impacted me. No one had ever said that to me before, and it made a lot of sense. And I wrote it down, and not only did I write it down, I read it like every day for a long time. And it's something that I notice, I mention to clients, I mention it to friends, family, anybody I care about. Because once we make that distinction and we actually make the decision to allow it to impact us, your entire world can change. And with that, you have to create awareness. So you have to be aware that you're doing it first. And once you notice and you realize that it's not serving you, you have the choice to decide to create something different. A different conversation, different choice of words, which will then create a different experience and move you forward in a different way, in a way that does serve you and in a way that's more empowering. So my invitation this week is just to create more awareness and notice when you are experiencing maybe a feeling. You might notice the feeling first. Take a step back and think about what you just thought of in your head. And if it was something that you feel like you would never want to say to someone you love, or say to your child, or have someone say to someone in your family, chances are it's not serving you. It's not moving you forward. And it's clearly not making you feel good. And choose something else. And just see how that feels. And I'd love to hear any comments of anyone that experiences this week and how it shifts in a different direction. Thank you. Have a great week.